All right, peace and love. Welcome into how to increase your feminine energy. This is a feminine energy reset moment for us. We've been already 6, 7 months into the year. And so sometimes we need to refresh our energy. Sometimes we need to realign things. Sometimes it's time for us to just go deeper into our embodiment and into our life and into a lifestyle that is aligned with the truth of who we are, which is we are a reflection of the divine feminine. So, what is feminine energy? Feminine energy is the receptive energy of Earth. Feminine energy is fluid, it's intuitive, it fluctuates, it's lunar, it's receiving, it's surrender, it's this inner knowing, it's beauty, it's luxury, it's abundant energy. Feminine energy is diffuse awareness. We have this ability to multitask. We have this ability to shine. We have natural magnetism. That is feminine energy. So when we're in this world that is very opposite of that, we can be ingrained in a culture that is teaching us by rewarding and by suppressing the feminine, teaching us to only be in our masculine energy, which does not work for our hormones, our fertility, our well-being, our livelihood, our vitality, and just feeling peace and feeling centered. We feel our best in our feminine energy. And so I'm going to be going over some tips, practical ways to increase your feminine energy and probably give you a perspective that you've never thought of before, because my approach to feminine energy is very different from what you might see other places. I'm a belly dancer. I'm a fertility awareness and sexual health educator in training. I'm about to graduate very, very soon. And I've had years and years, 19 years of being crowned to Oshun. I'm a priestess of Oshun. And so my ideology and the way that I bring this work is very much in embodiment. I want us to get out of our head and into really living this truth that is our feminine energy. So, the first thing we're going to do to increase our feminine energy is to respect darkness. Respect the darkness. What do I mean by that? I mean that women, we are lunar, yes? So the sun is solar, the moon is lunar energy. And if you notice, the moon goes through her dance of light and dark. And it's not just on the full moon that we see or acknowledge the moon, we also acknowledge her in her darkness. We also are able to plant seeds and receive deep knowledge and intuition and embodiments and codes when the moon is dark, when we're in a new moon phase. So that is true also for us and for our energy. We do have a cycle and periods of time when we are in our darkness, meaning that we don't feel like illuminating and being in the spotlight and being in connection with people and being around people. Sometimes we do feel like we want to retreat. Sometimes we do feel that inward pull, especially when we have our bleed, especially in our luteal phase. So when we have this inward inflection time, we respect it. We also respect a dark feminine energy that exists within us because we have this duality. We have this part of us that is warm. We have this part of us that seeks connection and seeks and desires to integrate and be in community. But we also have a part of us that is a bit glacial, that is cold, that is retreat, that is inward, that is feels and desires to be alone. And so, by respecting that aspect of us, we respect the time during our fertility cycle or in different phases of our life when we want to be alone. when we want to be in darkness, when we want to retreat. And so when we find the blessing and the richness of being in darkness, it's coming from a place of I'm immersed in this fertile ground. I'm immersed in this deep soil that I know I'm going to emerge out of and sprout into a beautiful flower. But right now, I'm immersed in the soil. I'm going through the compost. I'm going through all of the nutrients that are going to help me grow. But we have to respect darkness. We also have to respect darkness practically in our environment. So we very much are solar light influence, right? We all like worship the light in the sense that when it's dark, what's the first thing we do? We're flicking on lights, we're keeping it lit, we're keeping it lit. And what that does is it literally confuses our brain. So our bodies are ancient. We used to live and sleep with this beautiful congruence with the moon. And so the moon is not always full. And so sometimes the sky is just pure darkness. And we actually need that. We need darkness because in darkness, we produce melatonin. Melatonin is a beautiful, beautiful hormone that helps us. It's antioxidant rich, it's anti inflammatory. This is what's going to keep your body beautiful, keep you with that youthful glow. It's going to help you to remove all the junk from the day, remove and restore and revitalize your organs. If you don't respect darkness, meaning you don't respect sleep, meaning you don't respect the fact that the sun has gone down, and now what you're going to do is you're going to actually not have any overhead lights over you because that tricks your brain into thinking it's still the sun. And so you're going to keep your levels of your light to eye level and below and keep it soft lighting. So you're going to have your candles, you're going to have your salt lamp. You're going to have all of this beautiful soft lighting. Once the sun goes down, it's okay to have your space not all big and lit, but to start to move in darkness. What does that also mean? It means that you're also moving with a sense of knowing that I don't necessarily have to look at my feet in order to walk, in order to know where to go. But it's a trusting, it's a knowing and a trusting and moving with that because the feminine is the embodiment of our intuition. It's an inner knowing. It's not being moved from the external, but it's an inner knowing, and that comes not from our sight only, but it's from a feeling, it's from our intuition, it's from our inner guidance. So respecting darkness means respecting your rest. Numero 2. This coincides with number 1, which is create a sleep sanctuary. Where you sleep is very important. You spend a lot of time there. So whereas we're in a masculine energy, it's very much goal oriented, it's production, it's moving, it's hustling. It's like, what have you created? What have you done? And we are now basing all of our self-worth based off of like, what have I done? What am I producing? What am I working on? We're going to peel that back and really focus on who I'm being. And how you increase who you are being is by honoring and respecting periods of rest, honoring and respecting and really giving reverence to your sleep. Create a sleep sanctuary. Where you sleep is important. Use organic or nice sheets that help to keep you cool. Keep the bedroom a temperature cooler. Remove the clutter from your bedroom. Your bedroom is only for sex and sleep. Your bedroom is, let me repeat that. Your bedroom is only for good sex and sleep. So you want to create an environment that's very conducive to that, where your brain acknowledges this is the space for rest. This is a time for rest. This is about resting. It's acknowledging that there's a huge part of you that thrives when you are rested. And we're acknowledging that by creating our sleep sanctuary. That's your bedroom. Make sure you have nice soft colors. Start looking into feng shui principles so that you can honor the energy of the room, and look into how you can utilize the room to really pull your energy into a state of rest, recuperation, rejuvenation. No computers, no screens in the bedroom. You want to make sure that you don't have a strong electromagnetic field in the bedroom. So wherever you have the router, pay attention to that. You might want to shut the router off at night, because that electromagnetic stress is going to be impacting your sleep, impacting your well-being. We love our rest. We respect our rest. Invest in your, what you sleep in. Your sleep sets, make them silky, make them soft, make them luxurious. Your robes, all of these things, these hidden things that are just for you, that light up your soul. That is the feminine. It is not just about the outward external, but it's the internal experience that raises our vibration and how we become more of ourself. We become more. It's more about who we are being and less about what we are doing. Number 3, ground and in tune with nature. Very important. We are natural human beings. We are like cell phones that need to be plugged into a cell phone charger. As much as your cell phone needs to be plugged into a cell phone charger in order to be functional and to actually work, we are like cell phones, and we need to plug into nature to actually function and work and have our battery be rejuvenated and at 100%. So that means literally going outside with your shoes off, grounding with your feet, because the earth has electrons. And when your actual bare feet or your yoni is on there's also yoni grounding too. When your yoni is on the ground, you're absorbing electrons from the earth, and that is making your body to be electron rich. We want our body to be filled with electrons, because that's how we have more oxygen in our tissues. That's how it reduces inflammation, and we know that inflammation causes all types of havoc and disease and distress. So we want to keep our body electron rich by tuning into nature. Think about when you go to the beach, how beautiful you feel when you're by the water. I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like definitely just embodying the goddess that I am in the water, the way that it makes me just slow down, the way that it purifies my thoughts, the way that it makes me feel held. It's literally like therapy for me. And so getting to nature, there was a study that was done that people who just for 2 hours a week spend time in nature reported they had better mental health, mental wellness. Overall, physiologically, they were better and were able to heal. It's the power of nature. We are these modern people with TikTok and all type of things, but our bodies are ancient. We used to spend all of our time in nature. And that's what brings us back to our center of power. That's what rejuvenates our battery. That's what helps us to not feel overwhelmed and crushed by the pressure of life. Let me know if this is resonating, how this is landing for you. I'm going through these a little fast because my son is waiting for me. So let me know how this is landing for you. What's coming up for you? Let's make this engaging conversation. Ground in nature, keeping the blood flow, keeping that circulation. So that's number 3. Numero 4. I always talk about this. I'm never going to stop talking about this because it's the truth. Belly dancing. If you want to instantly seduce yourself into your feminine energy, start belly dancing. And if you want me to teach you belly dancing, there's some information for you in the description, because I am a belly dance teacher, and the way that I teach is deeply feminine. I'm not just teaching you the steps, but there's actually codes inside of your womb that awaken when we do the belly dance the way it was taught back in the day before belly dance transitioned to entertainment and for the eye. Belly dance around the world is actually used to celebrate femininity, and much of it, that how it exists, is not what we see, because it exists in private parties and henna parties and parties that are like just for women, and they let loose and they dance and they cry, and so it's never shown publicly. What's shown publicly is more popular, is like the entertainment side, which I love too. I love, the sequins and the glitter. I love all of that, but the roots of belly dance is deeply, deeply healing. When we move our womb and we dancing with our womb, we are lured into our body. We're lured into the golden chalice of our womb. We're able to heal. We're able to express. We're able to love. We're able to channel our arts in a way that is healing. We're able to just energy, our emotion, our grief, our relationships. It all is stored in the womb. And so when we awaken that and we move that energy around, we move around the disappointment, we move around the sadness, what happens is we are able to unlock new levels. So I have seen this personally when I had a dance studio. Women would come with different issues, be it fertility, be it relational issues, unable to connect, unable to process things. And you go into your body and you go into your womb and you go into this movement that's like emanating out of you, that you don't even know where you're getting the steps, but they're just coming forth because it's like an ancient process. It's deeply healing. There was women in my community who had been trying to conceive for 8 years, trying to conceive for 4 years, trying to conceive for 2 years, and they belly danced and they freed up and they surrendered and they let go and they danced in the circle and we danced with them. And guess what? All of them have babies now and they're toddlers at this point. But that's the ancient dancing that we used to do. We sit a lot now. We're sitting in front of screens. We're disconnected from the juiciness of our hips, from the juiciness of our life. And so bring that life force back. Let yourself not be so rigid. We let go of perfection. We let go of all of it. And we like surrender to the spiral, to the movements, to the undulations. It's very rhythmic. It's very hypnotic. And so belly dance. Okay, belly dance. Just trust me. I have clients in the past who it was their husband, their boyfriend, their partner, like all of them would be like, "Here, Maya, let me pay for the whole year, let me pay for all of the belly dancing," because the woman would come home from class and she would be a different woman. She'd be confident and alive and awakened in her sacred energy, in her womb space, in her hips, in her expression, in her femininity, unapologetic. And so that's number 4. Number 5, let me know how this is landing for you. Let me know. Okay. Number 5. I talk about this a lot in my Radiant Goddess course, is to excuse me, have a signature scent. Scent is very powerful. Scent is how people remember you. It awakens different things. It creates the ambiance and the energy of magic and of romance. It's healing to you. It's healing to the world. When you create your own scent, you become ethereal. You become more than human. This is level of goddess because you are now creating an experience. You're like a random person just going through life. You're an awakened woman with this experience of her energy. And it's through the senses that you're playing with that. So create your signature scent. What is your signature scent? Let me know in the comments. What is it? Is it spicy? Is it musky? Is it flowery? Is it sweet? What's your scent? I was telling my girls in the Radiant Goddess, that in Cuba there's actually a space. It's called a perfumeria, and what they do is you go there and you like they fill out a form of like, all these intimate things about you, things that you like, your food, your passion, and they create a scent for you, and it's just only for you, is your scent. So you can go to Cuba and do that if you want, but create your signature scent, create magic, wear it. The sixth one is to do your shadow work. So this goes along with tip number 1 and 2. If we're embracing the darkness, we're honoring our darkness. So I want you to also embrace your shadow side, because your shadow side is where you grow. Your shadow is where you expand. If you notice, you have a lot of shadow work when it comes to relationships with your partner, with men. If you have just a lot of distress in that area, that's information. That means in this lifetime, your soul is coming here to overcome that. You're not coming here to suffer. You're coming here to look at your shadow instead of like, oh, that's just an area that's like, I'm just going to turn away. No, we're going to look at that shadow. We're going to embrace it. We're going to investigate it so that we can embrace ourselves in wholeness. We're not rejecting any part of us that we don't like, because all of it is welcome. This is divine love. This is the embodiment of divine love, is that we are loving ourselves unconditionally. That means with the shadow, with the darkness, releasing shame, releasing guilt, coming with compassion, coming with love. So we're honoring our shadow, and we're using a shadow work as a way to elevate and to heal ourselves, for ourselves and for the lineage that's going to come from us and from the lineage that we come from. We might have inherited a lot of SHIT. Trust me, okay? Me, okay? The things in my family line that I've had to heal, evolve, and alchemize. I'm glad to do it, but it's not easy. It's heavy, heavy stuff. But we have the tools, the energy, the guidance to do that shadow work, so that we're not passing on wounds to our children, that we're not passing on baggage, and we get to heal. And our community gets to witness that healing and be healed from our energy. That's the divine feminine. We give from our overflow. We step into a room and energy shifts. It's not something that we have to like, I'm calculating and I'm pushing my energy and I'm manipulating. No, I'm being all of me. I'm being and accepting and loving all of me. I am not perfect, but I love myself. I'm so not perfect. But embracing the shadows, looking into the internal world, instead of running from it and hiding and numbing ourselves and being disconnected and doom scrolling, we're going to look at that. Let me see, let me dissect, let me understand. I was really triggered that day. There's something there. So we use that to grow. So number 7 is inner health basics. So we want to be healthy. We want to have a nutrient dense diet as much as possible. We want to shine from within. We want to make sure that we are living healthily as as healthy as possible. So again, you're going to want to talk to your doctor about this. I'm not a doctor. I'm just sharing with you what I do. Very basics, because beauty is connected to health. If you are unhealthy, it's hard to feel beautiful because you don't have all of your vitality. But when you have all of your vitality, there's there's some things you can sprinkle on top, but your beauty is shining from within that. So we're not going to have like all types of chaos going on and just smack makeup on top of it. We're going to go to the root of why is this chaos coming up? Why am I having all of this breakouts, whatever? Getting to the root of it so that we can shine. So one of the things is making sure you have enough water, making sure you are hydrated, making sure you're getting your doctor's appointments, checkups, all of those things, making sure you don't have any gut issues. Most people do. If you There's now more and more studies, people who suffer from mental wellness, there's a direct correlation with gut health, because your gut is absorbing the nutrients, your gut is absorbing all of the things that build the hormones and the connectors and the things that keep us feeling harmonious, balanced, and healthy. But if we're not absorbing all of our nutrients because there's something off with our gut, then we can have a disbalance in our hormone, which can be reflected in our mental wellness. It's very, very connected. And so, what will happen a lot of times, unfortunately, is people will go to the doctor and say, "Hey, I'm feeling anxiety and depression," and they will give them like medication for that, but not solving the root of it is actually because there's something going on with their gut health. And so the medication can actually make the gut health worse. So we want to get to the root of everything. And so I highly encourage you to go and get some gut health checkups and look into that with your provider. So a prenatal vitamin I highly recommend. I know people think that prenatal vitamins are for people who are trying to conceive, and they're also for, there's this like stigma that it can make you more fertile. It's not true. It just means that there's more nutrients in it. So if you are looking for some supplement, just the basics to start with. Again, I'm not a doctor. Go to your doctor and ask them. But what I do is a prenatal vitamin or a really good multivitamin. I recommend an omega fish oil, some type of omega oils to help you, and a probiotic. Those three are like the bare minimum of supplements that you can get. But you also want to go and get your blood test. You want to get a blood test done. If you're getting into your late 30s, early 40s, you're going to want to also get a thyroid panel done just to check things on your thyroid to see your levels. Because most of us have deficiencies in the vitamin D, deficiencies in different things that can affect our health. And sometimes it's like your body is just whispering, like, hey, I need more vitamin D. And so we want to listen to those whispers before they become screams. So go and do your blood work, but the very basics is a probiotic for your gut, a prenatal, and some type of omega 3s. That's what I'm just saying. Number 8, care for your cycle. Care for your moon time. Make sure that you are caring for yourself. Make sure that you don't have any pain. If you have pain, like, we have discomfort, right? We all have discomfort maybe during that time. But if you have severe pain, it is not normal. It has been normalized, but it's not normal. So you're going to want to understand the root cause of it. Again, they can go to nutrition, you can go to your nutrients, and many, many, many different factors, such as stress, such as different medications. So you want to really care for your cycle and make sure you're not having any pain during your cycle. Make sure you're resting well during your cycle. Make sure that you're dreaming and reflecting and writing in your journal. Make sure that you are honoring that time to slow down and not pretend like it's not happening. So much of our society is just like stick a tampon up in there and, you know, and take some painkillers and keep painkillers and keep going. This is your honorary time. This is your own sacred Sabbath to take, to rest, to dream, because your psyche is open during your cycle. So you're going to get downloads of energy and different things to do during this time. So make sure you're utilizing it in that way. Make sure that you don't have any pain. Make sure that it's coming, if you are a cycling person, that it's coming regularly. If you have an irregular cycle, you need to look into that. Like I always say, our cycle is our report card, is showing us exactly the truth of our body, the truth of our inner world, the truth of, I have a lot of stress, I've been traveling, how is it impacting me? Well, your cycle is going to show you the truth. Your cycle is going to show you the truth of how you really are. So pay attention. Write down descriptive words of your cycle. Write down descriptions of it. Write down and notice how many days you have your bleed. Write down and notice how long is my cycle from the day one, which is the first day of your bleed, until the next bleed. How long is my cycle? So paying attention to this. This is how our body speaks to us. This is our divine feminine energy. This is the lunar cycle that we live on. Think about the moon, like it comes from here. We have the peak, which is the ovulation time, which is the full moon, and then we go back down. So our hormones go on a cycle like this. It looks like a mountain, right? And so the peak here would be ovulation. That's when we have our FSH, our LH, and our estrogen is all peaking at the same time. So pay attention to your energy, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your body, to your lips, to your fullness, to your energy. Start to really look into your body and look at your cycle as a way of knowing the truth of yourself at any time. Be careful with tracking your cycle with different apps, because you will just learn how to read an app. You won't learn how to actually read your body. So if your app is predicting things for you, be careful, be careful, be careful, because a lot of them are harvesting and selling your information. So you want to start to pay attention for you. Keep a paper journal. And there's one app where you can switch it to only just store your information, but it's not doing any predicting for you. Again, those predictions are algorithms and they're mathematical equations. We don't work that way. We're human beings. This is the divine feminine. It's not a mathematical equation. This is estrogen that's very sensitive to the stress of life and to traveling and to moving and to breakup and to grieving. And so if you have something that's just like predicting, then it's gonna be off, because it's not taking into account your life. Life is full. We have so much. We have our breakups and our moving and grieving and dietary changes and changes with the weather. Like all of this affects our fertility. It affects our cycle. So look into looking at it for yourself. This is connecting to your lunar energy. This is how you connect to your divine feminine. This is how you connect to your womb, to your chalice, and to your body. Okay. You here with me? We here? I am getting to number 9, 9, 10. So I'm almost finished. So let me know in the chat if you're loving this, if this is resonating for you, how this is landing for you. The next is numero 9, is your sacred sexuality. So much of our wild, wet, feminine, raw, primal energy is suppressed because it's misunderstood, is suppressed because of religion, because of culture, because of different ways that we think about ourselves and judge ourselves. And so this primal vitality, this primal energy wants to emerge. It wants to grow. It wants to be expressed. And when we suppress it, we disconnect from the fullness of our divine feminine energy. We disconnect from the fullness of who we are, the fullness of our expression. That yes, you can be a mother and you can be married and you can, have faith in God and still feel deep into your sacred sexual energy. That it is to be honored and cultivated and respected. It is not to be ignored or suppressed or blocked or judged. Hola. But this is a sacred part of our expression, and it is actually our power. It's a superpower that we have. It's very powerful. Why do you think people don't want us to know about it? Why? My babies are doing good. Thank you. You are beautiful as well. Thank you so much. So, sacred sexuality is very important. It's our expression, it's our vitality, it's how we triple our energy. Yes, it's how we triple our energy. So we get a chance to cultivate that. We get a chance to dissolve our blocks. I have an entire course called Enchantress. All the information is in the description. If this is speaking to you, join us, baby. It's magic. It's magic when you get to unblock yourself and heal your sacred sexual energy, because you get to infuse it into all these different aspects of your life. So that's number 9. Number 10, purpose. Your purpose, your divine gifts, your dharma, your purpose for why you're here. When we're connected to the divine feminine, we are connected to our heart. We are connected to our love, our ability to love, and our willingness to shine. We want to shine in different ways. And so many of us can be and live and be just so raised in a culture of shoulds, raised in a culture of you should do this. This makes logical sense. You should. And so we're caught up in this should, but our heart is beating for something else. And maybe that path is the path that doesn't seem to make sense to anyone. But there's a saying I think it's on Instagram, that your calling was not a group call. Some people won't get it, and that's okay. You live in your truth. Give yourself the permission to know and to have faith that it will all work out. My parents, they met in law school, okay? Lawyer energy. When I told them, yeah, I want to be an artist, they were like, what? I'm the black sheep of my family. I'm the only entrepreneur, the only artist. And living in my truth, though. I'm living in my truth, and the world is benefit because of that, because I chose to make that choice. I chose that. And choosing that path, I'm following my heart. All of you have a gift, have divine gifts. You have a purpose. You have something that just lights up your heart. Yes. It lights you up. Like, oh, I could do this for hours. Me on this live stream, I could do this for hours. I love talking about this. I love teaching it. You feel my heart. Like, yes. Thank you. She said, my skin looks amazing. My AC broke. Someone's coming to fix it. We have. So this is like, thank you so much. So we have a chance to do what lights us up. there's something inside of you that lights you up, that you love, that you just can just study it or be embodied in it for hours, and hours can pass and you still just can't get enough. All of us have that. And so the divine feminine is that permission to do what's on our heart. It's not the logical brain. It's getting out of logic. It's getting out of the shoulds of life. It's getting out of, well, everyone told me I should be a doctor. Everyone's telling me I should. But what's your heart saying? That's the divine feminine. It's that open heart. It's that pouring love into in everything that you do. In the emails that you write, in the way you make a sandwich, the way you pour your tea. It's an emanation of love. Okay, number 11 is to take care of your hair, your skin, your nails, and your vagina. Is to walk around like you have diamonds in between your legs, because you do. You are literally walking embodiments of the divine feminine. So caring for your hair, your skin, your nails, caring and grooming yourself, taking care and investing in your appearance is very important because it raises your vibration. It's another way, it's another portal of energy that you're pouring back into yourself, so that your body becomes an expression of your heart and who you are, as opposed to like just slapping and putting anything on. When you put things on with intention, you're showing the world who you are. You're walking with that. You're walking in that truth. You're walking with the details, the time, the energy to take better care of yourself. It puts you deeper into the feminine, because the feminine, remember, is receptivity energy. So when you put investment in your clothing, and you're wearing clothing that feels good to your body, and you took time to put energy into your outfit, and let's say you're driving and you to a gas station and you got to pump. Well, if you're all dressed up, most likely I come and try to help you pump your gas, or people will be more inclined to help and be of service to you because you're in your receptive energy. You are paying attention to your appearance. You put time and energy back into yourself, and it shows and it emanates. So they're more likely to be like, oh, let me care for her. Let me help her. Because you're showing up in receptive energy. But let's say you just threw some sweatpants on and a hoodie, and you just slap some water on your face and you're running out the door. Where you're showing up is you're showing up in your masculine energy, and masculine energy is the energy of service, is the energy of doing. So you're showing up as, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be of service, I'm going to help. And so less likely to have that receptive energy coming to you, less likely to have people come and to help you. Now you can play with this energy in different ways. If you think about, like, different people, different stars will play with this energy, where they'll wear like, some masculine silhouette pieces with like makeup and hair and nails. So it's not that you have to look like, a Barbie doll all the time. It just means it's an energetic thing. Can everyone feel into that? Just said, oh my God, so true. Yes. So when we have that receptivity and we're showing up with that, we're able to receive more from life, and people are more inclined to give to us. But when we show up with like the masculine doing, hustling, I'm gonna do this, I got my sweatpants on, I got it, people are like, yeah, she got it. She looks like she's about to do some work. She looks like a worker. She got it. She's strong. Okay, mommy's coming. Okay, mommy's coming. All right, so I'm gonna have to. Number 12. Okay, you can drink my water. See my water right there? It's right there. Okay, mommy's coming. Okay, last one. I receive more when I wear more colors, less black. Yes. Am I in Miami? No, I'm in New York. Yes. So understand, like, okay, when I wear these colors, when I look this way, when I feel this way, when I take this time, this is what opens worlds for me. This is what opens me up to a different energy. This is how I can express myself differently. This is how I can receive and be like, yes, thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that. So the last one is number 12, which is very deep. This is deep feminine energy codes. And so I don't, there's levels to this, but one of the things that we do in the divine feminine, the principles of divine feminine energy, is to be led by spirit and not fear, is to open you to surrender. So when we have faith and we trust in life and we're open to life and we have trust and we have, regardless of all of the bull that we've gone through, we can still be open and trusting to life and trusting and having faith. Then you're open to surrender. But that comes from having faith. That's it for now. Mommy's coming. I don't hear the magic word.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So when we have faith, we can open and we can trust and we can be led. There's not this obsession with I have to control, because control is really a byproduct of fear. So instead of having fear run our life and run our hormones into complete burnout, open yourself to trust. Open yourself to moments of surrender. It takes time depending on your life, depending on what you've been through and where you are. But the divine feminine has this ability to open, this ability to surrender to flow, to surrender to divine masculine leadership. So those of you who you do salsa dancing, partner dancing, tell me in the chat, is it easy for you to be led in dancing? Or does it take a minute to like, okay, let me just go with the flow? I used to choreograph dances for weddings. And every time, I would have to tell the woman, you're leading him. It doesn't look right. You have a whole big wedding dress on. Like, stop. But can we be open to that energy? Can we allow ourselves to be led? Can we allow that surrender and openness? Right. If he can't lead, I'd rather not. Exactly. We're very particular with who we dance with. And it's a practice of opening and surrendering when it's the right person. Being led, allowing yourself to release control and open to flow. This is the divine feminine. It's a different way of doing life. It feels delicious and sometimes it's scary and sometimes it's hard. And that's why we have guides and leaders and teachers and courses and reminders to put us in a container. What's a container? It just contains yourself, your energy, so that your energy can transform. It's like if you're not in a container and you're trying to like transform, it's like your energy sparks all over. But in this container, we can do some things. So I have Enchantress open now for the divine feminine, sacred sexual energy, feminine embodiment, jade eggs. If you love this work, you will love Enchantress. It's really to open that part of you, the mystical part. And so that is in the description. And let me know if you have any questions. You, Papa. What do you say? Thank you. You're welcome. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here. Let me know what stood out for you. Which was like, oh, that stood out. I'm going to try that one. So thank you for your channel, Maya. You're welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yes, we get to be leaders in our life. We get to be leaders in so many different ways. And we also get to feel what it's like to be led. How do we get back into our femininity when we are in burnout? Yes, so burnout is a time when you just need to rest, to let go. And your feminine energy will support that because it gives you that, it opens the door to honoring rest. What you can do is literally begin to do some nervous system work where you're tuning into your nervous system, you're going out in nature, you're slowing down, you're taking your time. Everywhere you go, just deepening into your breath and just being present to your life. If you're rushing to put on lotion, slow down, put on your lotion. You're rushing to do the next thing, begin to slow down. And that comes with your breath, with breathing. Get into a practice of just like slow movements, slow and sensual movement, because you're going to have to really tone your nervous system. Your nervous system is like a electric wire, and it gets frayed. It's just out and it's frayed. We want to soothe those frays. Drinking more water, staying more hydrated, foods that have more water. But your femininity, that's the key to healing burnout. Because it's cool, it's water, it's flow, it's nurturance, it's nutrients. It's living like your body and not just in your head. It's giving you that permission to rest. It's honoring rest. Everything I talked about in this video, that rest, the darkness, the intuition, the water, like all of that. And just know that and recognize what led you to burnout so that you know the signs. So when you get to the edge of that feeling, you can pause and be like, oh, I'm not going there anymore. I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to take a sacred pause and stop before I go over the edge and lead to burnout again. Thank you all so much. I'm going to get ready to go to the beach now. Yes, take your sacred pause. Take your sacred pause. Take your time. Sometimes you feel this pressure, especially like you can notice in New York a lot. People just always busy, always really, really fast, always need to hurry up, hurry up. Why are we hurrying? Where are we going? You're speeding up to a red light? Like, breathe, calm down. you know? It's a different nervous system, it's a different energy. Most people don't, they have so much inside that to actually sit and rest feels so uncomfortable. It's foreign because a lot of us equate our worth with productivity. So when we actually sit, we feel guilty. We feel when it's our human right to rest. A lot of us equate self-worth and love and value from productivity as opposed to who we are and as opposed to presence, as opposed to being. So many women have this life-changing, life-giving presence just from like walking into a room. They're healing people because of their energy, their presence, because they've poured into themselves so much that everywhere they go, they're shape-shifting energy without doing anything. It's their overflow. And that's where we give. We give from our overflow. This was lovely. Any more questions? I'm going to start live streaming more. I enjoy live streaming a lot more than the sit down videos. So I'll be live streaming more. I love dancing. Yes, dance. Dance more. Dance. Let your spirit dance. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. Let me know how this landed for you. Let me know some more topics you would, questions you have, topics you want me to do a video on, a live stream. What's in your heart? What do you want to know? What do you want to know more of? What are we manifesting now? What are you manifesting in your life now? Okay. What are we manifesting? What are we calling in? I know there's a lag. Because many times our feminine energy is the missing link to the life we want, to the type of marriage that we want, to the type of mothering that we want, to the type of energy we want in our bank account. Money, men, miracles, energy, it's all connected, and it's deeply connected to your feminine. Is deeply connected to your feminine. There's a reason why people have been hiding these teachings. There's a reason why people suppress this, because it keeps you disconnected from your power. Up until now, up until now, up until this channel, okay? No more, no more. I want all women to know this. I want all women to be sovereign beings, to be in their goddess energy, to know your power. That's my mission. I want you to know how powerful you are. You are incredibly powerful just by being, not by anything that you do. Your beingness is your power. Your presence is your power. So it was lovely seeing you. It's lovely being on this live stream. And I'll be back to do more live streams because I love this. And I'm wishing you a beautiful afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I'll see you soon. Peace and love.